That was the happiest I've ever been as an Arsenal fan.
Magnificent.
Yeah, it's fantastic to see.
And that's 11 days later. The best month of my life and the worst night inside the same fortnight. One man caused both. This is the story of Mikel Arteta, the manager who destroyed Arsenal. And I mean destroyed it on purpose. Piece by piece, legends exiled, captains stripped, a club talking about relegation, and then he built the champions of England out of the rubble. Here's the maddest part, and I need you to hold on to it for the next 16 minutes. The destruction and the revival were never two stories. They were one plan. We just couldn't see it from inside the wreckage.
Arteta would have been a complete disaster. Arteta hasn't managed a paper bag. He might turn out to be a great coach. Just wait and see.
December the 20th, 2019. Arsenal are 8th and rotting. The Emirates is half empty. The dressing room is broken. And the board hands the job to a 37-year-old who has never managed a single game. I remember that day perfectly. Half of us thought it was romantic, our former captain coming home. The other half thought it was madness, a rookie handed a burning building. 8 months later, he made us all look silly. An FA Cup in his first half season, he outthought Guardiola. He beat Chelsea. Aubameyang scored twice.
Big moment in the final, and he makes no mistake. Here is Pepe. Now Aubameyang. It's still Aubameyang. It's absolutely brilliant. Pierre-Emerick.
Then nearly dropped the trophy, and we laughed like children. Our record 14th FA Cup. The kid could coach. Then, days later, the laughing stopped. The club announced 55 staff redundancies.
Arsenal's players and coaching staff have agreed to a 12.5% salary cut due to the COVID-19 pandemic.
Even Gunnersaurus, our mascot of 27 years, was made redundant. He'd eventually come back, but the image stuck, and Mesut Özil publicly offered to pay his wages himself.
These are ordinary folks, if I might say so, like you and I, ordinary people who just go out and do a job, 9 to 5, try and make a living.
A trophy above, cruelty below. That's the Arteta era in 1 week, and the trophy bought him time. He spent every penny of it doing something no Arsenal manager had ever dared. Between 2020 and 2021, Arteta didn't rebuild the squad. He executed it. 3 exiles, each one bigger than the last. Start with the biggest star we had, Mesut Özil, World Cup winner, the highest paid player in our history.
He's very important for the team. He's been missed while he's been injured. We've been missing very important players through a very important...
And Arteta erased him, left out of both squad lists entirely.
That I failed because I want the best possible Mesut for the team to do it, and in some moments I was able to get close to that. And at the moment, I haven't been able to do it because I have to make the decision to leave him out of the squad. Honestly, I take full responsibility.
£350,000 a week, not even registered to play. He never kicked a ball for us again. My timeline split in half that week. Half called it ruthless leadership. Half never forgave him. Then Matteo Guendouzi grabbed an opponent by the throat at Brighton. Gone, frozen out, never played for Arteta again. And then the one that actually hurt.
Aubameyang.
The captain. The FA Cup final hero, stripped of the armband for disciplinary breaches.
Breaking news is that following his latest disciplinary breach last week, Arsenal's Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang will no longer be our captain, the club say, and will not be considered for selection for Wednesday's match against West Ham United, so he will not be involved in tomorrow night's game.
Exiled from the squad, contract torn up. That's 2 club captains destroyed in 2 years.
Following the last disciplinary issue, and we have decided as a club that he's no longer our captain.
And quietly, in the background, there was a 4th name, William Saliba, a £27 million teenage defender. Arteta loaned him out 3 times without giving him a single competitive game. We all said the same thing. He's wrecking a generational talent. Remember that name. It's going to matter more than any other in this story. Because while Arteta was firing the stars, the results were about to make him favorite for the sack. Christmas 2020. Arsenal Football Club sat 15th in the Premier League, 4 points off the relegation places. Read that again. Relegation places. The kids saved that season. Saka, Smith Rowe, Martinelli, starting on Boxing Day. But we still finished 8th, twice in a row. And for the first time in 25 years, no European football at all. Then came August 2021, the worst start in our 118-year history. 3 games, 3 defeats, 0 goals scored, bottom of the entire Premier League. After spending £150 million on signings, the press openly laughed at.
Take a look at how the table is finished in the Premier League, because this was worth about £2 million per place.
50 million for Ben White. Ramsdale, mocked on every podcast in the country, and listen to what Arteta himself admitted about that moment.
I'm sorry, we cannot give them the result right now, and we have to fix it. It's really painful. A lot of incident happened in the game to get where we got. I think we started the game really, really well.
In his own words, the manager of Arsenal, talking about avoiding relegation. That's how far this club fell. That's the destruction, complete. The loudest voices in the country wanted him gone, and honestly, plenty of us in the stands wavered too. I'll admit mine. I called the Saliba loans a disaster, but here's what none of us could see from inside the wreckage. Every single demolition had a blueprint behind it, and it was already working. While we argued, Arteta was building the youngest squad in the league. Odegaard, captain at 22, Saka and Martinelli, trusted like veterans. A documentary crew filmed that season, and it showed the country what we were dealing with. Everything gets seen, everything gets a reaction. That was the culture now. Obsessive, exhausting, and slowly, undeniably working. And then the harvest began. William Saliba came back in 2022.
So much. In every area that I look at him, there is growth and potential there. And he really wants it. So I think he will go to different levels in the next few years.
The kid we said Arteta was destroying. He was instantly the best defender at the club. Those 3 loans hadn't wrecked him. They'd finished him. I have to be honest about that season though. It still ended in tears. Top 4 thrown away in the final week. A derby hammering at Tottenham. 5th place behind Spurs. I didn't speak for a whole evening, but something had changed. The next 3 years would be the best football of my life, and the most painful. 2022-23, top of the league for 248 days, 8 points clear. And be fair to that team, Saka, Martinelli and Odegaard were electric that year. Kids playing the best football in the country. Then Saliba got injured and everything wobbled.
We start though with Arsenal and that big blow that they've suffered ahead of the new season as William Saliba is injured for an extended period of time after suffering a back injury.
3 straight draws, a 4-1 beating at City. Second, they didn't bottle it. They ran out of bodies. 2023-24, 89 points, our most since the Invincibles. Still second. 2024-25, second again, this time behind Liverpool. And Paris Saint-Germain knocked us out of the Champions League semi-final. Hold that name, it comes back. 5 years without a major trophy. The whole country had a word for us now. Bottlers, specialists in finishing second. And at the end of that 3rd silver medal season, Arteta stood in front of the Emirates. He gave the speech that still gives me chills. Give his life, his words. I was watching grown men around me with tears in their eyes.
What we are building, but it takes a lot of energy because when you are losing games, every game is a lot of weight under your shoulders. It's another disappointment, and the people are suffering. We are hurting, we are suffering, and you have to get back and become the leader again and try to push the players, and they respond and they are excited again for the game, and it's happening.
We didn't know it yet, but the life-giving was 1 summer away. Because that summer, the club finally bought him the one thing he'd never had. The transfer window we'd begged for years. Zubimendi to run the midfield, Madueke, Nurgaard, Kepa, Mosquera, Eberechi Eze, and at long last, a proper number 9, Victor Gyökeres.
News coming out of Arsenal, and it's the news that their fans have been waiting for since the transfer window opened. They have signed Victor Gyökeres from Sporting on a 5-year deal.
We went top in October, and this time, we never really let go. 200 days at the top of the league. I checked the table every morning like a man checking his heart rate. The numbers were ridiculous. 19 clean sheets, 27 goals conceded all season. The best defense in England, built on the man we said Arteta had ruined. And my favorite stat of the lot, 35 set-piece goals across all competitions. More than any club in Europe's top 5 leagues has managed in a decade. They called us set-piece merchants like it was an insult. It was the blueprint. But this is Arsenal. It couldn't be simple. April arrived, and a 9-point lead evaporated in 11 days. We stumbled at the Etihad. Every ghost of 2023 walked back into the room, and I genuinely couldn't eat. Then this team did what the old ones couldn't. 4 wins in 4. Not one goal conceded. Door slammed shut. Which brings us to the night of May the 19th. And a television screen. The strangest part? We won the title sitting down. We'd beaten Burnley 1-0 the night before. City had to win at Bournemouth to keep the race alive. They drew 1-1. And that was it. 22 years, 14 league titles, champions of England, with a game to spare. Difficult to put into words. He managed anyway. Joy, pride, magic. And the records tumbled with him. The Premier League's own site confirmed it. At 44, the third youngest manager ever to win it. Only Mourinho did it younger, twice, and the first manager in Premier League history to win it with a club he also played for. Manager of the season too. The first Arsenal boss to hold that award since Arsene Wenger himself. Now run the tape back with me because this is the whole video in 1 minute. The man who exiled Özil, the man who tore up 2 captains' contracts, the man who loaned Saliba out 3 times while we screamed at him, the man who talked about avoiding relegation. That man just lifted a title built on Saliba's defense, set-piece goals, and the culture those executions created. The destruction and the revival were never 2 stories. One plan. 7 years. We just couldn't see it from the wreckage, and if the story ended there, it would be perfect. It doesn't end there. 11 days after the coronation, the Puskás Arena, Budapest, the Champions League final, our first in 20 years. I barely slept the night before. Genuinely, the stadium was split straight down the middle, half red and white, half red and blue, and across the pitch, the defending champions, Paris Saint-Germain, the team from that semi-final. Told you the name would come back. 5 minutes in, Havertz scores.
Havertz, who has hit a screamer into the roof of the net.
Only the third player in history to score in this final for 2 different clubs. For an hour, we were champions of Europe. I let myself believe. That was my mistake. Then Dembélé leveled from the spot.
Ousmane Dembélé, perfect!
Extra time came, final together. I won't let one carry it. The history rhymed cruelly that night. 2006, our only other final. We led and lost that too. And Arsene Wenger, the man who took us there, watched from the stands. 226 European Cup games. More than any club ever. Still no trophy. So there it is. The best month of my life and the worst night of my life. 11 days apart. And I wouldn't trade a second of it. Because here's my verdict. As a fan who lived every minute. Mikel Arteta destroyed Arsenal to save it. Every exile cleared a space. Every humiliation hardened something. Every loan we hated built the wall we won the league behind. And Budapest? Budapest is just proof the story has 1 chapter left. One day, Arsenal will win the Champions League. After this season, I'm saying when, not if. And I'll be right here to tell you that story too. So now, your turn. Where were you on May the 19th? At the Emirates the night before, against Burnley. In the pub, watching City at Bournemouth through your fingers. On a sofa on the other side of the world, refusing to look at the screen? Tell me, I want every story. And which Arteta decision did you get wrong? I've admitted mine. I called the Saliba loans a disaster. Be honest about yours. Comment your club and your all-time favorite player. I read everyone. And if you want more football stories told by people who actually feel them, that's exactly what this channel is. Subscribe. And I'll see you for the next chapter.